Welcome to the Connected Business video series. My name is Paul Taylor. I'm a columnist for the Connected Business, and with me today is Neil Cook, who is CTO of Cloudmark. I mean, a few years ago, there were lots of warnings that mobile was going to be the next sort of security frontier. And I guess a lot of people thought, hold on, this is just the security vendors talking up their game and wanting me to buy into their services. That's changed, though, has it now?
To some respect, yes. I think there's not perhaps the endemic of mobile viruses that people thought they were going to be, but certainly there are a lot of people trying to get the trust that you have in your mobile phone and take advantage of that. So we see a lot of phishing scams, for example, people trying to get your bank details through sending you text messages. We also saw about 18 months ago, we saw the first mobile botnet, which was an Android. It was quite limited in impact compared to an email botnet, but it was actually using Android devices to send spam to other users through SMS, through text messaging, which was really interesting because we hadn't really seen that before.
How is there anything that companies, the targets of these attacks, if you like, Wells Fargo or Barclays or whoever it might be, is there anything that they can do to help protect their customers?
I think with mobile messaging attacks, the best thing they can do is educate their customers. Educate their customers not to respond to messages which might not be from the bank. Also make sure that they don't do things which would train their customers to respond to potential phishing emails. You see some banks will actually send messages to people with links in, taking them to the bank website, or they might phone you up and then ask you to give you some password information, and that's just training people to be potentially scammed by bad guys.
Is there a difference between geographies? Is this a more prevalent issue for mobile users in the US than, say, in Europe?
It certainly is. We actually don't see that much phishing in Europe, possibly because people are using their phones more for financial services in the US. But certainly in the UK, for example, the biggest threat that we see is payday loan spam. Actually, people are trying to take advantage of people, which clearly the recession isn't entirely over if that's one of the biggest threats.
Now, of course, you provide a service, a security service as well. How does that work?
So we provide a security service that actually works across both email and mobile messaging. And what happens is that gets installed in your operator's networks, and then it actually filters out the bad messages, the spam messages, the phishing messages. And we get all the data from our global threat network and feed that in real time to our filters, so that we just ensure that the right messages get through and not the either unwanted stuff or the potentially bad stuff like phishing.
So Neil, is the service you mentioned just available in the US?
No, it's available in lots of countries actually. It's actually sponsored by the GSMA, the GSM Association, which is a trade body for all the mobile operators around the world. And it's available in New Zealand and Argentina, amongst other places, and specifically the UK, where it's just been used to actually take down a spamming operation in the UK. The ICO, the Information Commissioner's Office, actually used the data from the spam reporting service to track down, with help of the operators, this outfit that was sending millions of spam messages to mobile phone users, and actually shut them down and confiscate their equipment, and it should lead to prosecution. So just goes to show that with some industry initiative and cooperation, you can really actually fight back against these guys.
Great. Well, Neil, thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you.